Well, hello there. Been having some issues with this car. More specifically, been having some issues with my Aeromotive Stealth II tank. The tank itself is designed awesome. The issue I'm having more so is with the level and the sending unit. The tank sending unit has a float on it, and you can imagine if my float goes from here to here and doesn't ever touch the top or the bottom, only got this much range of it telling me I'm full or empty. So I may be full and still have 3 or 4 gallons before the needle moves, and I may be at empty and I still have 3 or 4 more gallons. I mean, normally it's fine. You drive it for a while, you figure out what your shit does, and that's what your shit does. I like my gauges and my instruments to be precise so that I can make the decision on what I'm doing. If I'm traveling, I want to stop for fuel or I want to go another whatever till I get to the next town. I want to know exactly what I got. That's why I have a gauge on there. So we're going to make that operate accurately. When I looked in the tank and I saw that the fuel sending unit sweep was not the full range of motion of the tank, where the float, even if it spins, isn't, going all the way up or down. I called Aeromotive and I said, hey, just want to make sure that maybe I didn't get something by mistake, got the wrong unit or something. Can you tell me how long the arm is? We can figure out, if I got the wrong one or not. Well, that's G14 fucking classified. So they sent me another one, said, oh yeah, we'll just give you another one. Whatever sending unit they're using, they think I have the right one. If that's what it's supposed to be, then boo, I got to fix it because that won't work for me. So we're going to get into this. We're going to drain the fuel, get all of the tank and assembly out, which is complicated, and I got big old man hands, so it's even worse. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So here's your tank. This is a Stealth II tank. That has what you would think would be a sending unit. This is kind of like a remote bulkhead. You have your power connections and your outlets here, and this just feeds 2 tubes and the power lines, and it goes over to your pump assembly, which is sunk down in here. So we got to get this out of the way, pull it up so we can get to the connections and things and kind of move it out of the way. And everything we're going to be working on is going to be out of here. Take these screws off. This is the ground for the Pro Dash sensor ground. So it'll make the gauge actually read accurately. We're going to get this out of the way. We're going to get everything out of here, pump and all that, and the foam and things, and then I'll show you the ring that the sending unit mounts to and take that out. Take this aluminum ring that's below there, slide it over and kind of tilt it a little bit, get the screws in the bottom so we can take that angle iron piece off. And this basically we're going to piece this assembly out and get it out and look at the sending unit. Now let's see if I can do this, get you in there. So that's that flat piece of stock. And you can adjust on this, but the throw that arm is giving is not enough travel. As you can see, it's almost at the bottom right now, and the tank still has a good couple gallons to go. And I got some junk in my tank. So we're going to do some math, and we're going to get figured out just how long that needs to be. Let me get that set up, and I'll walk you through it. All right, welcome to science class. We're going to pretend like this box here is our tank. I stuck my tape measure down the hole, and I'm just a tad shy of 7 inches. That's what I tell all the girls. So we're going to make us a 7-inch line here, or just shy of that. That's going to represent my tank top and bottom. Now, if you can see, this is the replacement sending unit that they sent me. So my sweep can be accurate. I'll flip it this way to make it easier. So let's just say we're going to put this right here in the middle, right? We'll mark that. So that's the stock configuration. Now, if I'm all the way empty, that should read all the way empty, right? And if I'm all the way full, that float, not all the way full. So I should be able to adjust this up, and it looks like this is going to get range. As long as this guy spins, I should get some decent travel out of that. All right. All right. Let's take these screws out. See how long I can keep the camera here and try to do this. These little guys are just holding on this ring here, which is what the top plate actually screws into. You want to hold on to that so it doesn't drop in the tank. I guess you could drop it in, but get your screws. Now you can see this has a little tab in there, right there. I'm gonna slide that this way. Right, I'll take this guy off. There's two more screws on that. Oh, actually, I might be able to just take it off like this. Now, if you see in there, there's a little quick connect. So you're sending spark producing devices that you can come across. There. Ow. Okay. I don't know if this is proprietary information or not, so I won't use the tape measure. They were real classified about their measurements. But if you look at the one that was in the tank, look at the one that I have now, you can see the one that they sent me as the replacement, just a hair bit longer. And when we ran this through our measurements here, we see that this one is actually going to make the range of motion that we need. So, get this little guy swapped out, get it in there. Okay, so I marked the other one, measured out the travel, and showed that with the arm length just a little bit longer, that pushed it up that much on the arm. So I moved it up that much from my marking. I'm going to put this back in, we're going to measure it and see where it sits. Before you tighten those down, I'd run the screw in a couple of these holes just to make sure that when you get everything in there together. Now I know that I will have whatever the fuel gauge reads instead of slightly off. So that's good. If you happen to have that problem with your Aeromotive tank, call them and they'll send you one too, or maybe you can reach in there and see if you can just adjust yours. You just take those two screws loose so you can move it up and down. Hopefully this helped somebody out that was having issues like I was having with this Stealth II tank. Couldn't find anything anywhere about people fixing it other than just having issues. So if nothing else, you know how to adjust the tank or the sending unit in the tank, or swap it out if you decide to get a new one, or send you a new one or whatever. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't. It really helps me out. And stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.